Oh, but by the way, if the king calls,
gotta let him in. Hello there, and welcome to the If It Swims podcast, the multi-species angling podcast. I am Bret Bolton. Joining me for episode 24 is Dave Spear.
Howdy, Bret.
Hey, Dave. Welcome. This month, we've got some recent trips, such as they are, some fishing news, and a quick look at the carp ladder. We will then look at the future of the podcast. We do this every year, so it's nothing crazy. Don't get too excited. But we'll start off. Exactly. We're quitting. We will start off with trips. Dave, what have you been up to?
I believe that all of my fishing in December has taken place in the last 3 days.
Well, then it's easy to remember.
That's right. It is easy to remember. 3 or 4 days. The Christmas Eve, nice. I went out to test a new bait on a little bass pond near my house and caught 6 dinks, which made the lure look like bass would eat it because they did, even though they were dinks.
Well, dinks will eat a lot, won't they?
That's right.
Yeah. What was the temperature there on Christmas Eve, Dave?
I want to say it was like 82 or something.
What's the temperature now, Dave?
Like 45.
What happened?
It was warm yesterday too. That was the other time I went fishing.
It was 80 degrees here yesterday.
Yeah.
I woke up to 34.
34, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, man.
We didn't get quite that cold, but it was like 30 with wind chill or whatever.
Yeah, you're a little further south, but still, it's a bit insane.
Yeah. I knew when I went fishing yesterday, I did it because I knew I was going to be holed up for the, today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yesterday was slow. I actually wasn't 100% sure I was going to go fishing. I went out into my backyard to do some chores.
Okay.
And it was like solid overcast. And it just felt fishy. So I decided to go fish. And honestly, it was slow. I mean, I fished for probably 3 or 4 hours. I caught 1 fish.
Strange. I say that weather was crazy. That weather is absolutely normal for this part of the country in the winter.
That's true.
It's just bizarre, but it's normally bizarre, so it's good.
Yeah.
So a few dinks, and that's about it. Testing lures, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to see a bass eat a goldfish.
Yeah, and it did, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
I got several hits on it yesterday too.
Really?
They were not going to be big fish, but they were bigger than dink. They were over a pound.
A couple pounds, whatever.
But just nothing connected. It was weird. Like I could see him flash and Phil, and just film kind of slap the lure, but just no connection.
Sure. Yeah, it's probably more of a reaction, not necessarily hungry enough to eat it, but they're fish. They do what they do.
That's right.
Mine hasn't been that different. It's been like 2 days of messing with carp in local ponds, trying to move up that carp ladder. Spoiler alert, I haven't.
You're still rocking the pineapple.
I'm still stuck on pineapple. I got to find some tropical themed carp to try.
Yeah.
get past that rung. I did catch a couple little bass in the meantime, just like, casting around while I'm waiting for the carp to do their thing. And I did because, species are wacky. I caught a 12-inch rainbow trout on a little jerk bait. In our part of the country, they don't live. So they stock these things in these ponds in the winter for people to go and catch, I guess.
Yeah.
And I caught one on accident.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
On a jerk bait.
On a jerk bait, yeah. It was a lot of those they stock are like 7 inches.
Oh, yeah.
So this 12-incher was at least big enough to eat the jerk bait, right?
Did you know that pond had trout in it before you caught it?
I don't pay attention to their stocking. So it really caught me off guard. I do pay attention. They stock a tail race up here with them.
Sure.
And I will go up there in early March when the water begins to warm up.
Yeah.
And throw trout-colored jerk baits or trout-colored streamers.
Yeah.
to catch some decent bass on them. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because they're just gobbling those things up when they get slow.
That's cool, though. I can imagine, even though I'm vaguely aware of the trout stockings going on, I can imagine just being out there and it being 80 something degrees and not even thinking about it. And
Right.
then just, what? A trout?
Exactly. Yeah, it was weird. Well, I was with you once when I caught one on accident fishing for bass.
Yeah.
Up at the tail race, and
Yeah.
I'm like, this fish doesn't fight right. What's going on? Or this fish doesn't fight. What's going on? Oh man.
Yeah, those little trout they stuck for
Those
us
little
here in the
stockers
South
don't
are
do
not
much, do they?
very they're not very impressive.
Not very
Even
anything.
a trout that's been stalked that's kind of sort of become wild or is at least gained an inch or two
Right.
in a flowing river is actually a pretty strong fish. But
It acts like a trout.
the little hot dogs they put in our water that were stocked yesterday.
They taste about like a hot dog too, probably.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I've probably spent most of the trout I've caught in my life have been stocked,
Yeah.
but maybe stocked a year or two ago.
Sure.
And they act like trout. They eat like trout, and dog food isn't the best. Isn't the recommended bait. I think for these guys, dog food probably is the best bait.
Right.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you made it out at least once. Hopefully, it warms up and we can get back out there.
I mean, it's going to be nice again on Thursday.
I think it is. I know.
It's just going to be a couple of cold days. And then the only sad thing is, when I went fishing a couple of times over this last week, I went out and I had been doing a lot of bass fishing, as you know, over the summer, which is also like, if you're listening to this podcast for the first time, I've never been a big bass fisherman, but I have been this year. And I got into a real bad stretch there of just not catching fish. And so I just kind of forgot about it. And then all of a sudden it occurred to me, hey, it's been a couple of months since I really tried to catch a bass. And it's been extra warm at day and at night for well over a week. I bet they might eat something.
Right. Part of that, your not new interest. Part of the reason you've been bass fishing is a lot of 3D printing.
Yeah.
And a lot of painting lures, isn't it?
Yep. That's true. That's true. Because it's been a pretty steady stream of, oh, this is a cool design. Now let me print it. And hey, if I get up tomorrow at 5:30, I can go see if I can catch a bass on it.
Well, let's jump on a skiff and go throw those same ones at redfish.
Some little goldfish imitations.
They'll eat them. I guarantee you they'll eat them. Anyway, I'm glad you made it out. I'm glad I got it a couple of times. I've got a plan for January at least once already. So
hey.
That's at least something,
Yeah.
And, I'll go catch a fish or at least go try,
Yeah.
Cool, man.
I'll probably try on Thursday, even though
I might.
I lost my train of thought, but one of the things I was saying was when I had fished this week, it had been warm. Well, now it will have been cold for a couple of days. It's going to feel great outside, but the water will have probably cooled off a few degrees.
A few. I doubt 2 days is going to cool it too much.
That's true.
But it may, who knows what it will do. It may put them all off. They might go crazy, Dave.
That's true.
Do I know what fish do? No.
Nope. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, exactly. Does anybody really know?
On the days they're biting, they'll eat anything.
And on
the days they aren't, I don't think it matters what you throw.
Well, there are things you can do when they're not. Ned rig.
Dynamite.
They will almost always eat a Ned rig. As boring as that is, they almost always will. Well, let's look at some news, man.
All right.
I got one. I'm going to start off. I got one from the Houston Chronicle.
Oh.
That directly affects the If It Swims angling crew and friends.
Uh-huh.
You know where I'm going.
I know where this one's going.
A new controversy is buzzing over fishing in Texas, and it has nothing to do with the size limits or slot regulations. That's right. It's about drones. Along the Texas coast, some anglers, us included, have been using drones to fly bait far beyond normal casting distances, targeting bigger fish from the beach. It looks futuristic and it works. But
It's kind of fun.
And it is kind of fun, too. But according to a recent clarification from Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, it's not legal. TPWD says the issue isn't a change to state law. Instead, it comes down to an old federal rule, the Federal Airborne Hunting Act of 1956.
Oh, it's even older than I thought.
Oh, yeah. Which bans the use of aircraft to aid in the taking of wildlife because drones are legally classified as aircraft. Using one to drop bait or assist in fishing in any way is considered helping take fish. Even if
now wait a minute.
Reels the fish.
Our gaff top catfish considered wildlife, because there may be some debate about that.
Oh, man. Anyway, the clarification sparked backlash, especially online. Many anglers believe drone fishing has been legal for years. Small business owners and disabled anglers argue drones allow people with limited mobility to keep fishing, and others just to fish further out. And they say the federal law is outdated and was never meant to apply to modern consumer drones. I fly drones for other reasons, so an aircraft is an aircraft, and airspace is airspace, so I get it.
Yeah.
But there's a key nuance. Texas Parks and Wildlife says they're not actively ticketing anglers for drone fishing. And they emphasize they are not enforcing federal law themselves. However, they also made it clear they cannot recommend breaking federal law, even if state wardens aren't willing to write citations for it. In short, you might not get a ticket from the Texas Parks and Wildlife, but that doesn't make it legal. What isn't in the article is this. A large chunk of the Texas coast is federal land or state park land.
Yeah.
Texas already bans drones from taking off or landing in state parks. So for many anglers, that "we're not ticketing" statement doesn't actually go very far in practice.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I mean, think about the coast. It's one or the other for the most of it. Where we went last month was fine.
Yeah.
That's not federal or state land, but it gets complicated. Anyway, it's a strange collision of a 1950s law, modern technology, and Texas fishing culture, where innovation is running headfirst into the rules written long before drones were ever there.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, Dave, you have any better news?
I've been following this drone thing a little bit. And
yeah.
I've seen some, of course, everybody that uses them is bummed. And sure. I've seen some interesting sort of backlash. I've seen people talk about disabled anglers using them.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I could really see that. And then I've seen other people, and I'm not saying this is right, guys, and I'm not saying it's wrong. I've seen other people saying, well, maybe if you're too disabled to cast your bait out there, you're not able-bodied enough to land, for example, a big shark or whatever. So I don't know. It's been an interesting little controversy.
It has been. And I don't expect it to stop anytime soon either.
No, this is going to be going on for a while.
Yeah.
And you know what we're going to be doing? We're going to have to be getting our butts back in kayaks or, buying remote controlled boats. Or
I'm building a boat. I'm building an RC boat to do the same thing my drone did.
The interesting thing about that is, and I'm not talking about the letter of the law, but the spirit of the law, right? Is like, kind of, what's the difference?
That's my point of view. It really, because it's a 1954 law, the letter really does hold true, but it really is about the spirit of the law. We're not actually using a drone to take a fish. We're just using it to make a really, really long cast.
Yep.
That's really all I'm doing with it, is a really, really long cast. We'll see what happens. Maybe Texas will officially say we can do it here. Or maybe they'll crack down even more. Who knows?
Well, let me take you to another time and another climb. I got a story. Well, they could ice fish there, but I got a story from Country Life magazine out of the UK.
All right. Interesting.
A Dartmoor home with one rather unusual catch. When we first set eyes on Brimstmead, it felt like a dream. A place of history, beauty, and deep tranquility, says the present owner of the estate. An arts and crafts home set in 9 acres of Dartmoor near the village of Dartmead. More than 30 years later, they're moving on. And a new family will have the chance to live in this gorgeous home, which is up for sale at £4.5 million. And when it comes to getting the go-ahead to buy, the new owners will probably have an easier time than the vendors. Back in 93, they bought this house from King Charles III while he was still the Prince of Wales and Duke of Cornwall. And there were some unusual hurdles to clear. We were invited to London for an interview, and only once approved were we granted the opportunity to buy Brimstmead on the strict condition that we exchanged contracts within 10 days. We did just that, and so began our 30-year love affair with this extraordinary home. Mm-hmm. Extraordinary is a fair description indeed, for this house of almost 6,000 square feet is built on an unusual and almost square floor plan. Downstairs, you'll find a series of reception rooms, a drawing room, a ballroom, a library, and so on, to the more unusual gun room and gentleman's room. Upstairs, there's a half a dozen bedrooms, a master suite with a huge bathroom. There's a hydro pool room, a very unusual thing to find on the first floor. Mm-hmm. As well as the main Edwardian house, there's a pair of cottages that are ideal for guests. And you'll want to invite people here to enjoy the main house, the direct access to Dartmoor, and the party barn with a balcony looking out onto the national park. So I'm thinking that this is like the place where the next If It Swims fishing trip needs to occur, except for that £4.5 million bill.
Sure.
So Dartmoor itself is effectively your garden, but the 9 acres of private grounds at Brimstmead include mature woodland that's carpeted with bluebells in the spring, lawns and terrace areas, and a wildflower meadow. The house also has private access to the River Dart and includes fishing rights for 2 rods, which brings us to the house's most unusual feature. According to the vendor, or seller, here in American English, the king apparently loved fishing here when he owned the house, and when it was sold, he requested that he might still have the right to come and fish here within 24 hours' notice. Apparently, His Majesty has yet to do so, and after 32 years, it's probably less and less likely all the time. But I suppose you never know, and the fact that he could feels like a lovely snippet to save for dinner parties.
That's cool. That's a fun little story too. You did have better news.
There's a silly thing I read. I was like, what? Oh, hold up. Let me buy my dream house here out in the woods with my, pools and my gentleman's room and gun room. And then,
right.
Oh, but by the way, if the king calls,
gotta let him in.
You gotta look the other way while he comes and pulls some trout out of your private river.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. That's a fun one. So I've got one more for you.
All righty.
Here's one that listeners will know is important to me. This is from NOMA. That's NOEMA, a long-form magazine focused on big ideas and environmental policy. Off the rocky shores of Maine, something unusual is happening beneath the tide lines and on dinner plates. European green crabs, an invasive species introduced to North America in the 1800s, have exploded in numbers along Maine's coast, outnumbering native crabs and wreaking havoc on shellfish beds that fuel the region's seafood economy. These muddy green predators are eating their way through soft-shell clams, snails, eelgrass, and even juvenile lobsters, decimating habitats that local fishermen and aquaculture farmers rely on. In places like Little John Island, green crabs now pour out of the oyster cages when they're lifted from the water, forcing growers to smash them or compost the remains just to protect their crops. Faced with escalating invasions, chefs, fishermen, and conservationists are asking a provocative question. Would you eat one? Green crabs aren't exactly crab leg worthy. Their shells are tough and their bodies small, yielding only a tiny morsel of meat. But resourceful cooks are finding value where others see a pest. Chefs in Portland and beyond have begun transforming the green crabs into rich stock, sauces, and broths, using them to infuse seafood dishes with intense flavor. The culinary shift isn't just about making a new seafood trend. Advocates believe that expanding demand for green crab on menus could help control their populations, a form of what scientists are calling invasivorism. Tough word. Eating invasives to reduce their ecological impact, which we've talked about many, many, many times on here. Critics of the approach caution that harvesting green crabs alone won't solve the broader ecological crisis. Their populations remain vast, and warming Gulf of Maine waters only help them reproduce faster. But for coastal communities, where a way of life depends on healthy fisheries, turning an invasive foe into a flavorful element offers a hopeful and tasty front in a complex environmental battle. Yep. How many times have I had a story similar, right?
Right?
It's a personal thing to me, I guess.
I mean, it makes sense.
It does make sense. We have a lot of invasive species here. Every place in the world has a lot of invasive species.
Yeah.
And the answer is, eat them.
The answer is get out your forks and knives.
It really is. I always say it. This continent and this country, I guess, wiped out the passenger pigeon for one pie.
Yeah.
One dish. They ate every last one of those things. So if we set our mind, and that population was small back then too.
So if we can turn the green crab into the blackened redfish of the 1990s.
Exactly. We would eat them all.
Yeah.
It's the answer. Whether it's green crab, silver carp, wild boar, nutria, what else is it? Oh, iguana. Eat them. Eat them all up. That's the answer.
Nutria stew.
They're making gumbo out of them.
Oh, really?
They say it tastes like rabbit.
Probably does, right? I mean, it's a little varmint. It's got a little rabbit head on it.
It's got more of a rat head, but yeah. Interesting, huh?
That is interesting.
Yep. It's the answer.
I think that's a good place to leave our news today. We got us some controversial laws, some trout happy kings, and some green crabs.
Green crabs that we should eat. I'm going to go up there just to eat them.
Right?
Yeah.
Next stop, Maine. Let's go find something invasive and stab it.
Let's go. You had lionfish yet?
No.
Okay. We're going to Florida in a few months as a group. Let's make it a point to try to find some lionfish tacos.
See if we can find some lionfish. Now, aren't they I must be wrong about this. I thought they were poisonous.
I think they're venomous.
Okay.
I think their spines are stabby and venomous.
I gotcha. But they probably taste great on tacos is what we're saying.
They probably taste great on tacos.
Just don't eat the spines.
Right. I know they do eat them, and that is also the answer, right? And more people are eating them. That'll take care of it eventually. They're moving into the Gulf.
Lionfish is a cool looking fish.
They're great looking fish. They're related to scorpion fish as well, which aren't just cool looking, but they are related.
Yeah.
You want to hear the carp ladder updates?
Yes.
Don't get too excited. There are no updates in the ladder itself this month, which means no new fish pictures to look at and no new rungs.
I think that puts our buddy Gary in the lead. We got a few months here for someone else to take it from him, but
it would not be hard to do. It could be done in 1 month.
Yeah,
someone needs to go do that just to get him.
That's right.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? So I have a Christmas gift for everyone. I'm not going to complicate things with 4 new baits this month.
Oh.
We do this from time to time to allow anglers a chance to catch up and for things to calm down.
Well, I feel like you missed an epic opportunity there to add frankincense and myrrh and like 9 Lords of Leaping. And,
sure. Wait, huh?
I don't know how you get 9. Is it Lords or Ladies Leaping? Anyway, I don't know how you get them on a hook.
I don't either. Maybe because of that, I'll get some. I'll make some frankincense boilies.
Yeah.
Once I figure out what frankincense is.
I think it's incense.
Oh man.
Or maybe it's a spice. I'm not really 100% sure. I'm a little rusty on my old school Christmas mythology.
Yeah, well, we all are.
Yep.
Yes. So without those updates, that means we have a little time to discuss the future. Nothing big, but a little bit. So
I got it.
Okay, let's go.
Caller 9 gets 500. I don't know. Wacky worms.
500 worms?
I don't know.
That's a lot.
First thing that came to mind.
I was thinking 500 boilie stops.
Yeah.
That's about all we can afford.
That's a little more economical for us.
So at the end of the year, we always get a chance to look forward a little bit. This year, we're looking at potentially having a new segment here. Nothing concrete yet, but new segments are fun. We will let you know. And speaking of future, just the first hint here, but after the carp ladder, we are planning a new contest that should be way more interesting to everyone. I understand not everyone out there likes carp. So this one will be pretty awesome. For those that know, years ago, I ran a fishing webpage called TX Fishes. We did wacky contests.
Yep.
We're going to do a big one through If It Swims across probably the whole country. It's going to take
how many fish from the tuna family can you catch on a Swedish fish?
I bet I could get one.
Yeah, well, I think it's just a matter of getting the Swedish fish in front of the tuna. I think that's the main
what I was
problem.
thinking. Get it twitchy in front of them, they'll eat it. But it should be fun. It should be pretty exciting and pretty wild.
I think the carp ladder has been a lot of fun, and
I do too. But
I think most people like catching carp, but it is it's a little out there.
It's out there
catching weird baits, and
Yeah, as soon as we said Jolly Rancher, it got real weird. Oh man! But yeah, look for that coming up. It'll be fun. Dave, you have anything else for us?
I don't think so. I'm looking forward to the next year of fishing. We're about to. I mean, it's been a lot of great fishing this year, and before we blink, it's going to be springtime fishing.
It will be, and I'll tell you what too. I hope this works for other folks as well. Making this podcast has gotten me out a lot more, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Gary, he's claimed this podcast got him back out fishing, as has some of our feedback, right?
Yep. That's true.
Cool. Yeah, that's great. If it takes,
sorry to your wallets. Sorry to your wives.
Yeah. If that's what it takes to get out there, it's worth it.
Yep.
Well, then let's get out of here, Dave. We are on the web at ifitswims.com and on Instagram at if_it_swims. Our music was written for us by Dallas artist Jeff Hewitt. Join us again next month. Spread the word, and as always, we will see you out there. See ya.
Aloha.